Welcome.
Seems like we've hit a nerve, Sarah.
Yeah, it looks like we have.
Yeah.
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen
allemaal.
Fijn dat je er bent.
Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen allemaal.
Goedemorgen.
Goedemorgen.
And the cool thing is we literally have people from all over the world.
Yeah.
And if you think about systems and how systems exist without the boundaries of space and time, we have a huge system present at this moment. And it's not about being huge, but it's about imagine the potential being part of a system like this. So welcome. What time is it at your place, Sarah?
It is 4:01 p.m. With you seats for the Aussies in the room. What
It's
time?
8 o'clock here in the Netherlands. So it's 8 o'clock. Let's start. And please turn off your microphone because we are with 80 people now. And if we have 80 microphones open, it will be chaos. And I don't mind chaos, but I also like some inner peace. So please turn off your microphone so we can start. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Look, there's people from India as well. So in between, welcome to you all. I have just returned from traveling around the world. So I went from Australia to Hong Kong, to Finland, to the Netherlands, to Belgium, France, India, Sri Lanka, and Singapore, and back again. And during those travels, I had such a delightful privilege of meeting very thoughtful people and being in beautiful spaces where we could have deep conversations about what was going on in the world. And I found it so fascinating to experience all of the different experiences that people were having, depending on which country they were in and what they were affected by. And I noticed this pattern around the world of the difficulty of finding a place where you could speak about the things that you really were on your mind in a way that you would be well received. So I noticed this kind of pattern of people either having polarized views or strident views, blocking out this capacity to have a deeply meaningful conversation about the things that were going on. And how do we respond to those things in a way that is a human way? We're connecting, we're not separating. Because I know from the work that I've done around hot conflicts that the thing that produces this inhuman response is when we get separated from our humanity. So it just felt so wonderful when Seats and I were talking about our different experiences of responding around the world, how much there's needed a place that we can have a conversation about these things with our hearts open, our minds open, and finding ways to explore these things in a way that we can be in our own sphere of influence. So looking for something where we can respond in a life-affirming way, and that it becomes a way of resourcing ourselves, and that we are an impulse in the family of humanity that supports in the direction of life, not in the direction of the opposite to life. Yeah, just really looking forward to creating this space and hearing people's voices about these things. And it was interesting because this came to life just yesterday. My son was here, my eldest son, he's studied systemic work, and we were having this wonderful conversation for about an hour. We were walking, talking about all of the systemic principles at play in the world today with the issues that are going on. So we were getting into really deep and complex conversation. And all throughout the walk, I kept on thinking, we must do a podcast. We must do a podcast. This is such a rich conversation. We should be doing a podcast. And then just as we arrived to the house to join the rest of the family, I said to him, we should do a podcast. And this leads us into our topic today of showing up as you are. Because he looked at me and he said, Mum, I'm too young to take that risk. If I speak about these things publicly right now, it may affect my business, my career, my opportunities. You at your age can take the risk. Me at mine, I can't. And I just thought, this speaks to, is this what's going on? That we can't speak our truth because we can't explore it, because there isn't legitimacy for us to show up as we truly are, our true humanity. So here we begin our first conversation today.
What a beautiful point to begin our conversation. And in a way, it's heartbreaking as well. So we come up with a little exercise for you. I will turn off my camera. And when I turn it on again, I will become the representative of the version of you who feels free to express anything you want to express, to record a podcast, to speak up, to show disagreement, to not know. And I would like to invite you that when you look in my eyes in a minute, you just connect with it. You just connect with your version who feels free, despite whatever is going on, to just say or think or discuss. Yeah? So focus on yourself. Create a good quality of presence. There I am. Please turn off your microphones. And just look yourself in the eye. Look at me as the representative of you who can say anything. I've turned my camera off again, and when you see me again, I'll be just myself, no longer a representative. We are going to open breakout rooms, and we'll give you 15 minutes in the breakout room. You have 15 minutes, and say out loud what is true for yourself that you might not dare to say in different circumstances. So express yourself. Maybe you have an opinion about politics or people or whatever, and you know you're holding back. So this is a little exercise in experiencing what it feels like again, to remember what it's like to express yourself and to share your thoughts, your energy, your presence in a group with other people. And then the others in the breakout room, they receive. So you don't respond, you don't react, you receive. You just notice what happens in you. What does it take for you to hold space for yourself, to hold space for something that might be different, that might even be inappropriate, because the one who just expressed him or herself is invited to do it without holding back. So the others receive it. So one of you gives an expression, so you give your opinion, you say out loud what you dare not say in different circumstances, and the other ones, they receive. Receiving means just holding whatever comes up. And then you notice what happens inside yourself. Do you want to react? Do you want to disagree? Do you want to disconnect? Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Just notice. So what works really well in a situation like this is just to slow down and just notice what arises, what is coming up. This takes about 1 to 2 minutes maximum. And then you can have a little reflection and then you change. So everybody gets a turn. Is there anything you'd like to add, Sarah?
No, I think that's clear.
Okay, that's clear. I'm going to open the breakout rooms then. Let me see. Now I need to put on my glasses. You will be with 3 to 4 people in a breakout room, and we'll give you a 1 minute heads up when the time's almost up. And enjoy yourselves. See you in a bit. And I'm closing the breakout room so people are already coming back. Please turn off your microphones when you come back so we don't have too much background noise. Is there anything you'd like to share, Sarah, while we're waiting for everybody to come back?
Yeah, and I think for me, that's how do I stay curious about when I have a position on something, how does that affect somebody else? And how can I be curious about that effect on somebody else so that I can still have what it is that I want to express, but be curious about how my expression actually impacts on somebody else so that I stay connected. So it's not so much me pushing my opinion on someone else, but it's me sharing my experience and then being curious about how that impacts on somebody else. And where is something similar or where is something different? And then being curious about the difference, that I might learn something from that. Like just that lovely share that happened there, learning something about somebody else's experience. And it was interesting. I started to think of other parts of my life where that experience is alive, like in my children and their concerns. And so then I have more to be connected on rather than separated from. Yeah. So I'm looking for the connection. Where is the connection and what is the quality of the connection?
Yeah, what I'm learning is that when talking about showing up as you are, it really needs me to trust myself. And if I trust myself, I don't feel the urge to express my opinion immediately. So when somebody's saying something I disagree with or I don't like, I just want to give back my opinion. And then in a way, I'm leaving myself as well. So this is, for me, this exercise is also a reminder on how to stay connected with me, stay open. And then it becomes really interesting because the throwing backwards and forwards opinions and ideas doesn't really do anything. But I would be interested to learn from you as well. What was your experience? Is there any reflection you want to make? First, turn off all your microphones. And if there's a reflection you want to share, please raise your little yellow hand. Then I can see it in my screen. And when I call your name, you can open up your microphone and share your reflection. So is there anything you'd like to share with us, with the group, based on this exercise? Hi, Rikst. Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see you. Of course, I raised my hand. This was a wonderful exercise. Thank you so much for offering this and also for the people in my breakout room. It was so relaxing to just listen without having to think about what I think of it. Just be with it. It was a really nice, almost relaxation. And it also reminded me, I'm not a jazz musician, but I like jazz. And when the solo is up for, let's say, the saxophone, they always wait a moment before they start playing. And this felt like that, where you just take your time. When you're ready to speak your truth, you speak it. And that was also really beautiful to hear. That happened in our group. At least that's what I noticed in my group. And I could feel it in myself. When I was ready to share, I shared.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it comes from different sources as well. Yeah.
Different place. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. So, Stephanie, I see you raise your hand. I see some other hands as well, but I'm trying to be mindful of time. So let's hear from Stephanie and then close this meeting for today.
Thank you, Zietz. My experience was, and when I was sitting, just receiving and resonating with what others say, I invited into myself and my presence became very powerful.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be taking the word receiving with me this week. Thank you, Stephanie. Sarah, is there anything you'd like to say before I close the meeting?
The word I'm taking, because it's just something I realize is so important in these times, is connection. How do I stay connected to myself and to others? That I'm not actually leading to separation, I'm staying connected. So how do I stay connected?
Thank you. Thank you all for joining us today. We've been recording this session. You'll be receiving an email from us with the recording of the session. I will also add Dutch subtitles for people who have difficulties following the English. And we'll be here next week. Same group, same invitation, facing chaos with inner peace. Half an hour, same structure. So a little introduction, breakout room, and a reflection together. I'm already looking forward to it. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thus.
Kiitos. Yeah.